From Australia, this is the Wireless Institute of Australia with the weekly news service. This broadcast is in text, audio and video and is accessed on wia.org.au.
Hello, and with the best news you'll get all week, I'm Graham VK1WIA, live this week from the banks of the mighty Fitzroy River in central Queensland. Yes, I'm in Rockhampton, so luckily you're not going to hear a lot of me this week because we'll be just assembling this on our trusty laptop here in Rocky.
VK1WIA.
I could start off with, well, the good, the bad and the ugly, but who's going to fall into the ugly category? So instead, Sunspot Cycle 25 is going to be the strongest ever, and this is good news. A research paper, Overlapping Magnetic Activity Cycles and the Sunspot Number, forecasting Sunspot Cycle 25's amplitude, is by Scott McIntosh, Deputy Director of the National Centre for Atmospheric Research in Boulder, Colorado. He's concluded that Solar Cycle 25 could be among the strongest sunspot cycles ever observed, and will almost certainly be stronger than the just-ended Solar Cycle 24. That actually had sunspot number 116. Now, sunspot number 180, the scientists say it will also most likely be stronger than Solar Cycle 23, sunspot number 180. Now, in the news today, WIA Director Scott will join us, and also a little snippet from Jeff Emery, VK4ZPP, who's been thinking.
Hello. How sad is it that the ACMA had to post a request to the amateur community to use courteous behaviour when they're in contact with the Australian Maritime College? The naughty child aspect is reinforced with the threat of recurrence of poor behaviour being reported to the ACMA itself. I and the majority of amateurs will heartily agree with the request, as normal behaviour is that of using manners. It's a matter of respect to another person that we are polite in our speech and manner. The punk era was a part of the youth rebellion of 40-odd years ago, and whereas there may have been humour in TV programmes, such as The Young Ones, some of which is available on YouTube, the style of behaviour today has left that type of crudity behind. I can only ask that we all follow the amateur's code in our behaviour, and we are courteous and respectful in our dealings with other people. I'm Jeff Emery, and that's what I think. How about you?
This is VK1WIA. All points of contacts from today's news stories are to be found in print when you read the web editions, www.wia.org.au.
Hi there. This is WIA Director Scott Williams, VK3KJ, and it's great to be appearing on the broadcast this week on behalf of the WIA Board. With the calendar year fast approaching a close, which also signals the conclusion of the board year, the WIA is about to announce in the coming days that board nominations for director positions for 2021 will open shortly. This year sees 4 board positions available, with Greg Kelly, current president, Peter Klee, secretary, and myself concluding our term on the board in accordance with the Constitution. Also, 1 board position continues to be vacant that was not filled in 2020. All current retiring directors are eligible to re-nominate, and of course, the WIA welcomes and encourages nominations from all members who would like to actively participate as a director on the WIA board. Please keep your eye out on the next edition of AR Magazine, on the website, and also direct email to you on the process to nominate for the 2021 board. Should more than 4 nominations be received for the vacant 4 positions, this will trigger a board election in which will be conducted in accordance with the Constitution. To view the Constitution of the WIA, please visit the WIA website, and on the top tab in the right-hand corner, select WIA information, and then select information about the WIA, and then scroll down to the first download, which is the Constitution. Serving on the WIA board is a wonderful way to participate and help support and develop this wonderful hobby. I have personally found it very fulfilling, and not without its odd challenge, but I can certainly say, as a serving director, that all directors on the board work diligently and tirelessly, volunteering their time in kind to advance this great hobby. That's it from me this week. Always great to get to communicate with the broader membership and ham radio community, and stay safe and well. 73 Scott, VK3KJ.
Now, international news with Jason, VK2LAW.
Hello. Black Friday, another great deal buster for hams. Internationally, the World Wide Web was alive last week with lists galore of what was being touted as your best Black Friday deals for 2020 for ham radio. From Bombay to Broome and points north, south, east and west, deals were done, and the grinners were the ham radio winners. Black Friday is an informal name for the Friday following Thanksgiving Day in the United States, which is celebrated on the fourth Thursday of November. The day after Thanksgiving has been regarded as the beginning of the Christmas shopping season since 1952. The term Black Friday did not become widely used until more recent decades, during which time global retailers have adopted the term and date to market their own holiday sales. So, if you missed the sales this year, mark your 2021 calendars now. And news out of Ireland. John, Echo India 7 Golf, writing in his blog this week, noted in the editorial comment in the VHF-UHF column of the November 2020 issue of Radcom, in recent years, the RSGB has informally asked Ofcom about amateur access to 40 MHz. Ofcom responded that this was not amateur radio spectrum, whilst they would agree to the continuation of the GB3 RAL propagation beacon on 40 MHz. They would not agree to further beacons or general access to 40 MHz by UK amateurs. As of November 2020, just Ireland, Slovenia, Lithuania and South Africa have some sort of access to the 40 MHz band. In April of 2018, Comreg, the Irish Regulatory Authority, allowed Irish radio amateurs access to the 30 to 49 MHz part of the VHF spectrum on a secondary basis. Other users at 40 MHz include radio-controlled models. One of the main users of the spectrum around 40 MHz are the radio model community. While model aircraft operate around 35 MHz, surface models, trains, cars, boats and things operate 40.6 to 41.0 MHz. Cordless telephones. Before the advent of mobile phones, some people used cordless telephones in their houses. The base units operated around 31 MHz, while the handsets were around 40 MHz using FM and 10 milliwatts ERP. Italian CB. There is a band at 43.3 to 43.6 MHz. For more information on the new 40 MHz band, visit the excellent blog with the link at the text edition for this WIA National News. To the USA, The Gathering will be the theme for the 2021 Dayton Hamvention. Hamvention General Chair Rick Olnut, Whiskey Sierra 8 Golf, said the theme reflects what has been missing from our lives most of the year. We're very optimistic that when May arrives, we will be allowed to get together in Ohio. Whiskey Sierra 8 Golf, a medical doctor with a master's degree in public health, said Hamvention management is closely monitoring the coronavirus situation and believes it will improve enough by May that government restrictions on travel and large groups will be relaxed. Hamvention 2021 will be held May 21st to 23rd at the Greene County Fairgrounds and Expo Centre in Xenia, Ohio. We hope. No win, no fee. We've all heard that claim by many law firms chasing business, but in the USA it's a case of a fee means a no-win. The ARRL has urged the FCC to waive its proposed $50 amateur radio application fee and is keeping up the momentum for US hams to make comments. The proposal has already drawn more than 3,200 individual comments, overwhelmingly opposed to the plan. Retail e-commerce Ventures has acquired the brand and related assets for nostalgic electronic retailer Radio Shack. Eham.net says it's aimed to revive the brand as an e-commerce portal that will support existing stores carrying Radio Shack products. The new brand owner plans to launch a modern Radio Shack website at radioshack.com. The deal comes ahead of Radio Shack's 100th anniversary next year. Radio Shack launched in 1921 as a retailer for amateur ham radio equipment. The retailer grew over time to sell various electronic items and components. In 2015, the company filed bankruptcy after experiencing struggling sales and shop closures. And rounding up this week's international news from Puerto Rico, after withstanding hurricanes and earthquakes, playing central roles in movies like GoldenEye and Contact, Puerto Rico's famed Arecibo Observatory, one of the largest radio telescopes in the world, will be demolished because of cable failures that left its huge detector platform too unstable to attempt repairs. Engineers recommended a controlled demolition, bringing down the suspended instrument platform in a way that will prevent damage to other structures at the periphery of the dish by making sure the towers themselves don't collapse and ensuring no cables whip into those structures. Plans for bringing down the instrument platform have not yet been finalised, and it's not yet known whether explosives will be used in a controlled demolition or whether it might be possible to somehow lower the platform to the dish below. However it plays out, the 1,000-foot wide telescope will essentially be destroyed. While the laser facility and visitor centre will hopefully be preserved, the radio telescope itself will be no more. For WIA National News, in Sydney, I'm Jason, VK1WIA.
This is the home service of the Wireless Institute of Australia through VK1WIA. Now operational news with Felix, VK4FUQ.
Hello there, 2020. CQ Worldwide DXCW this weekend, November 28-29. Spring VHF UHF Field Days, November 27-28. December 6-8, 160 metres worldwide. December 14-15, 10 metres worldwide. 2021. Ross Hull Memorial VHF UHF Contest takes place all of January 2021. VHF UHF Summer Field Day, Saturday 16, Sunday 17 January. CQ Worldwide 160 metres CW Contest, January 29 to 31. CQ Worldwide 160 metres SSB Contest, February 26 to 28. The CQ Worldwide Gritty WPX Contest, February 13-14. International DX CW Contest, February 20-21. International DX Phone Contest, March 6 and 7. WIA John Moore Field Day 2021. March from UTC 0100 hours on Saturday 20 to 0059 hours on Sunday the 21st. The CQ Worldwide SSB WPX Contest, March 27-28. The CQ Worldwide CW WPX Contest, May 29-30. April 25th. AM CW Anzac Day, Monday 25th from 9 AM on 7125 kHz AM. Harry Angel Sprint will be May 1st, 2021, 10 hours to 11:46 UTC. DX Window, Australia. Members of the WIA are QRV with VI110 WIA until the end of the year as we celebrate our 110th anniversary. Oman. Members of the Royal Omani Amateur Radio Society may use the A450 prefix to mark Oman's 50th National Day. Again, that's Alpha 450. Austria. Members of the VIC Amateur Radio Contest DX Club are QRV with special call sign 4U2 Stay Home until December 31. QSL via UA3DX. Greece. SX40 ARES is QRV to celebrate the 40 years of the Hellenic Amateur Radio Emergency Service. QSL via operator instructions. India. AU2 JCB until December 15 celebrates the birthday of scientist and radio pioneer Acharya Janadish Chandrabose. QSL direct to VU2 DSI. In addition, look for special calls AT2 JCB, AU3 JCB, VU5 JCB and AUA JCB to be active as well. Somalia. Ali. EP3 CQ as QRV as 60100 until January 15, 2021, while working for the UN Department of Safety and Security in Mogadishu. Activity 160 to 10 metres using CWSSB and FT8. The 60100 station currently is the only active and licensed amateur radio station in Somalia. IRCs are not accepted. No LOTW. Only dollars please, in fact, 5 of them. This includes a small donation to the station, as this post on QRZ.com says. Sorry guys, I need to replace the equipment and maintain the station in order to keep it on the air. No luxury situation here. Due to the super harsh weather conditions, hot, humid, windy and salty, there is a necessity to change equipment, antennas, wires, UPS and defect RF units on a regular basis. So I need and rely on your donations to keep the station running. On and off air since February 2019, his call, 60100, is accepted for DXCC credit. Indonesia. 8A1ON until December 10 celebrates Indonesia's National Heroes Day 2020 Activities on the various HF bands and modes. QSL via reload TW. New Zealand. Active as ZM4T this weekend during the CQ-WIA CW contest, November 28-29, and QSL as via reload TW. For VK1WIA National News, I'm Felix VK4FUQ Inningham.
Come on, let's hurry, it's almost Christmas!
We wish to interrupt this program in order to bring you this special bulletin.
This is your Christmas radio station.
VK1WIA.
Hi, I'm Lyndall, VK4ZM, and this is Santa Alert. Hope QSO parties over Christmas. Following the RSGB successful Hope QSO parties earlier in the year, the HF Contest Committee is launching 2 further short Christmas Hope Party series to run as part of the Society's Get on the Air for Christmas campaign with the NHS. The first starts Monday 21st December, the second Monday 4th January 2021. Each series has 2 phone, 2 CW, 2 RTTY and 2 FT4 events. For more information, including a link to the rules, visit the Get on the Air for Christmas page at rsgb.org/GOTA4C. As part of this RSGB and NHS campaign, Get on the Air for Christmas, the NHS amateur radio station, GB1 NHS, will be on air on Sunday 20th December and Wednesday 30th December 2020. The Society is also delighted that Ofcom is supporting the use of /NHS as a suffix to call signs during the campaign, which runs from Saturday 19th December through to Saturday 9th January 2021. David, N3NTV, has announced the Santa Watch Net on Christmas Eve, December 24, hosted by the Do Drop In Echolink node 355800, getting underway at 1800 UTC. The Christmas fun isn't just happening overseas. The South East Queensland Amateur Television Group is holding its Christmas meeting Tuesday, December 1st at 7:30pm at the Redcliffe Radio Clubrooms in Klinger Road. Feel free to bring a plate. Members of the Finnish Market Reef Christmas DX Association will be operating special event station Oscar Golf 1 Xmas on all bands and modes from November 29 to December 26. 3 special calls celebrate Christmas: Papa Alpha 20 Xmas, Papa Delta 20 Santa, and Papa Delta 20 Elf. During the Christmas holiday season, you get an award for working 2 or more. There's even more Christmas fun happening in Oz, with the Mackay Amateur Radio Association holding the end-of-year breakup on Saturday 5th December from 12pm in the sumptuous bistro at Magpie Sporting Club Glenella. Come along and help send off 2020 in air-conditioned comfort. Contact Secretary Gary, VK4CUZ, with your attendance numbers now. Coronavirus has altered the way the communities are celebrating this Christmas, meaning Santa Claus may not be able to make in-person visits. One Longmount club, based in the USA, is giving Chris Kringle some airtime so that he can still hear from Boulder County's children in a safe distance way. The Longmount Amateur Radio Club will host On Air with Santa, December 1 to December 5, to give their children and grandchildren a chance to connect with Santa in a safe, distanced way. While the Longmount Amateur Radio Club wants to give children a chance to connect with Santa, members also hope to transmit an interest in the next generation of ham radio operators. Even more Oz Christmas ham fun with the Townsville Amateur Radio Club Inc. holding the 2020 Christmas party on Sunday 13th December from 10:30am at the Flinders Region Guides Blue Water Training Centre. The monster auction, barbecue lunch and mystery Prezi auction will take place in the all-weather Big Shed. Admission is $10 per head, with all monies going to the Flinders Region Guides Training Centre to help the group maintain this vital community resource. A COVID-19 sanitation and sign-in point will be active, and the person limit is 50 bods. It's a catered event, so let Secretary Gavin, VK4ZZ, know your attendance numbers soonest, otherwise you will go hungry. For the 15th consecutive year, the 3916 Nets will present the Santa Net on 3.916 MHz. Good girls and boys can talk to Santa Claus, or outside the USA, listen in via amateur radio nightly at 7:15pm USA Central Time. That's 0115 UTC. The Santa Net will run through Christmas Eve, December 24. That's the Santa Alert for now. If you know of any ham happenings where Santa is likely to show up, then drop Graham, the jolly WIA news editor, a line at nationalnews@wia.org.au. Still nowhere near the North Pole. I'm Lyndall, VK4ZM in Paradise, counting the sleeps till Christmas.
This is the home service of the Wireless Institute of Australia through VK1WIA. Now, special interest group news with Cole, VK3GTV.
Well, we have quite a bit to get through this week, so let's kick off with 5 megahertz is 60 metres within our grasp. Back at the beginning of May, WIA Vice President VK3GK Lee Moyle told us how the ACMA had called for public comment seeking feedback on amateur access to the 5 megahertz band in Australia, and how the WIA were asking we VKers to respond along with the WIA. The WIA, representing over 3,000 licensed radio amateurs in Australia and well over 50% of the cohort of amateur licensees through their network of affiliated amateur radio clubs, was well placed to conduct the survey which, along with individual submissions, was published by ACMA on October 28. So, will we get a brand new band under our Christmas tree this year? It's anticipated ACMA will advise on their decision, maybe in time for the Yuletide. I hope we're all on the nice list. Worldwide Special Interest Groups, ATV, every pixel tells a story. Moscow Aviation Institute plans SSTV event from the ISS. IW2BSF reports that the slow scan television transmission event from the International Space Station is currently scheduled to begin on Tuesday, December 1st at 12:30 UTC and again on Wednesday, December 2nd, starting at 11:50 UTC. Listen for slow scan TV signals to be downlinked at 145.800 MHz, plus or minus Doppler shift expected to be PD120. Worldwide Special Interest Groups, CW. Everything old is new again. Transmitting Morse code via Raspberry Pi Ethernet RF leakage. SQ5BPF has been documenting a Tempest experiment where he's been able to transmit data via RF being leaked from a Raspberry Pi's Ethernet connection. The idea was born when he found that his Raspberry Pi 4 was leaking a strong RF signal at 125 MHz from the Ethernet cable. He went on to find that it was easy to turn a tone on and off simply by changing the Ethernet link speed with the ETHTOOL command line tool. Once this was known, it was a simple matter of creating a bash script to generate some Morse code. Quite amazingly, the Ethernet RF leakage is very strong. With Raspberry Pi 10 metres away and a steel-reinforced concrete wall in between, SQ5BPF was able to receive the generated Morse code via an RTL SDR connected to a PC. Further experiments show that with a Yagi antenna, he was able to receive the signal from 100 metres away. His post explains some further experiments with data bursting and provides links to the bash script he created, so you can try this at home. Worldwide Special Interest Groups, Final Frontier. The SpaceX Dragon capsule carrying 4 radio amateurs docked with the International Space Station 2 weeks ago, consisting of the ISS Expedition 6465 crew. Well, the ISS is loaded with hams now: Shannon, KD5DXB, Victor, KI5BKC, Mike, KF5LJG, and Sochi, KD5TVP. Speaking of the International Space Station, members of the Austro-Radio Amateur Radio Club in Poland are QRV as SN3ISS until December 21 to celebrate the 20th anniversary of active amateur radio communications service on the ISS. Another radio anniversary is happy 7th birthday to AO73 FunCube 1, which was launched November 2013. Congratulations to AMSAT UK on the ongoing success of this project. Speaking of AMSAT, there's a new launch date for ESAT-2 and Hades satellites. The first satellites built by ESAT-EA are ESAT-2 and Hades. Flying with SpaceX, these 2 nanosats are scheduled for launch on January 14. They've been configured to act as FM voice and FSK data repeaters, and not as linear transponders as was the initial plan, and are believed to be the smallest satellites ever given such a function, as their size is only 7.5 by 5 by 5 centimetres. Both satellites also have digitised FM voice beacons and FSK data repeaters. Worldwide Special Interest Groups, Internet, the hams domain. Plans to beam 5G signals to the public via drones that stay airborne for 9 days at a time have been announced by 2 UK firms. They want to use antenna-equipped aircraft powered by hydrogen to deliver high-speed internet connectivity to wide areas. Stratospheric Platforms and Cambridge consultants say they could cover the whole of the UK with about 60 drones. But telecoms analysts question whether the economic case for this scheme is quite as simple as it sounds. The Cambridge-based companies say they would run the service in partnership with existing mobile operators. They are already backed by Deutsche Telekom, which hopes to trial the technology in rural southern Germany in 2024. Worldwide Special Interest Groups, Optics. Do you have what it takes to be top bulb? Not sure what category of special interest groups this story fits into, but seeing it kind of does use light, then what better place, eh? This is a story many may have missed, yet it's a story of a ham contest running for several years. As I said at the outset, do you have what it takes to be top bulb? The contest is known as Light Bulb QSO Party, and the objective of the Light Bulb QSO Party is to build and use an antenna constructed in a manner so that the light bulb is a key component of the antenna, and to promote understanding and practical application of antenna matching concepts that allow a light bulb to be used as a radiator in two-way radio communications. There are 2 categories of competition. In the household category, the antenna is constructed with a single light bulb serving as the radiator. Any light bulb available for home use, including decorative light bulbs, may be employed. In the freestyle category, as many light bulbs as desired may be employed in the antenna design. If you make your own light bulb, it must be capable of radiating visible light when energy is applied. A dull glow is okay as long as the light emitted is visible. This is the anything goes category, so get creative and advance light bulb antenna technology. I hope you found that story somewhat illuminating. Sorry, couldn't resist. Now on to Worldwide Special Interest Group's Rescue Radio. The Townsville City Auto Sports Club, TCAC, King of the Hill Climb on the Mount Stewart Road, is where we see many Townsville Amateur Radio Club members and support crew out in the field mixing radio with high-speed organised auto sports. Operators man the start and flying finish positions on the Mount Stewart Road. It's also a chance to get a CAMS official licence. 2021 sees 4 Sunday events on the 28th of March, 30th of May, 25th of July and the 26th of September. Well, when is a safety net not safe? Could it be during a pandemic? Well, whatever. As they have since 1969, ham radio operators helped race officials keep tabs on participants in last weekend's JFK 50-mile race in the USA. The race director said members of the Antietam Radio Association play a key role in the nation's oldest ultramarathon. The radio operator's work at the race started in an era before cell phones, he said, and it's still needed. There are so many dead spots on that course where cell phones don't work, he said. Ham radios don't have any dead spots. They're our safety nets. The president of the Antietam Radio Association said at least 30 volunteers were assigned to the 58th annual event. Worldwide Special Interest Groups, VHF and above, the Plumber's Delight. The ARRL has petitioned the FCC to reconsider its order removing the secondary amateur allocation at 3.3 to 3.5 GHz and requiring that amateur operations in the 3.450 to 3.5 GHz band cease on a date consistent with the first possible grant of flexible use authorisations to new users. The amateur services in this band long have been operated on a secondary allocation status, functionally similar to the de facto secondary status of Part 5 experimental licences, whose continued operation was correctly approved in the same proceeding, ARRL told the FCC. Continued operation of amateur stations similarly should be permitted in the vacant portions of this spectrum that otherwise will go unused. And that wraps up Worldwide Special Interest Group News for this week. I'm Cole, VK3GTV.
Thanks everybody for contributing to the news. Don't forget, you don't have to go to too much trouble to send us the audio. You just send us, we'll look after it, no problems. Okay, on the social scene, 2020 social scene, South East Queensland's Amateur Television Group is holding its Christmas meeting Tuesday, December 1, 7:30 p.m, Redcliffe Radio Club Rooms in Klinger Road. Feel free to bring a plate. And Mackay Amateur Radio Association's end-of-year breakup happens Saturday, December 5th from 12 p.m. at Magpies Sporting Club. The Tar Christmas Party happens Sunday the 13th of December from 2, and the Tar Christmas Lights Tour Friday the 18th of December. Now till next we meet, I'm Graham, VK4BB. Walk very softly, and remember that email from ACMA.
From Australia, this has been the Wireless Institute of Australia with the weekly news service. This broadcast is in text, audio and video and is accessed on wia.org.au.